Hello history buffs and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the life of a sultan who ruled during one of the most transformative periods in Ottoman history, Sultan Abdulmejid I. His reign from 1839 to 1861 was a whirlwind of change, ambition, and a desperate struggle to modernize a centuries-old empire teetering on the brink. Abdulmejid ascended the throne at the young age of 16. Inheriting an empire beset by problems. His father, Mahmud II, had already started a series of reforms, but it was Abdulmejid who would take them to a whole new level. The empire was facing intense pressure from European powers, often called the sick man of Europe, and dealing with internal rebellions. The clock was ticking, and something drastic needed to be done. The defining moment of Abdulmejid's early reign came just months after he took power. In November 1839, his government issued the Gulhane Edict, also known as the Hat Sharif of Gulhane. This document was revolutionary. It marked the official start of the Tanzimat Era, a word that means reorganization in Turkish. The edict promised fundamental rights to all Ottoman subjects regardless of their religion. Imagine this: guarantees for life, property and honor, an end to arbitrary taxation, and a fair system of military conscription. This was a radical departure from tradition and was designed to foster a new sense of shared Ottoman identity, or Ottomanism, to unite the empire's diverse peoples. This wasn't just a piece of paper. The Tanzimat reforms sparked a wave of modernization across the empire. Under Abdulmejid, new ministries were established, modeled after European governments. The legal system was overhauled, with new civil and criminal codes being introduced alongside the traditional Islamic courts. This was a complex balancing act, trying to introduce secular laws without completely alienating the religious establishment. Education was another key focus. Western-style schools were founded to train a new generation of bureaucrats, officers, and professionals who could navigate the complexities of the modern world. The goal was to create a skilled administrative class loyal to the state, capable of implementing these sweeping changes. Of course, you can't talk about a 19th century empire without talking about foreign policy. Abdulmejid I's reign was dominated by the Eastern question, the great European powers, all jockeying for influence as the Ottoman Empire weakened. Abdulmejid I's government generally pursued a policy of alignment with Britain and France to counterbalance the aggressive expansionism of Russia. This strategy culminated in the Crimean War, which lasted from 1853 to 1856. The Ottoman Empire, alongside Britain and France, fought against Russia. While the war was brutal and costly, the victory for the alliance was a major diplomatic success for the Ottomans. The subsequent Treaty of Paris in 1856 officially admitted the Ottoman Empire into the concert of Europe, the exclusive club of great European powers. It was a moment of prestige, a recognition that the empire was still a major player on the world stage. Following the war, the pressure from his European allies led Abdulmejid to issue another landmark decree, the Islahat Edict of 1856. This edict went even further than the Gulhane Edict, explicitly reaffirming and expanding the rights of non-Muslims. It guaranteed them equality in education, government appointments, and the administration of justice. It even allowed them to serve in the military or pay a special tax to be exempt. While these reforms were celebrated in the West and won the empire crucial support, they caused significant resentment at home. Many Muslims felt that the traditional social order was being overturned, and they saw the edict as a sign of caving to foreign pressure. This tension between modernization and tradition, and between domestic needs and foreign demands, would be a constant theme for the rest of the empire's existence. Culturally, Abdulmejid's reign was a spectacle of westernization. He himself was a man of refined tastes, fluent in French, and a lover of Western classical music and literature. This cultural shift is most famously embodied in the magnificent Dolmabahçe Palace. Moving the royal court from the traditional Topkapi Palace, Abdulmejid commissioned this opulent European-style palace on the shores of the Bosphorus. With its Baroque, Rococo, and neoclassical elements, Dolmabahçe was a powerful symbol of the empire's new, modernizing identity. It was meant to impress European visitors and show that the Ottomans were their peers. However, its construction was incredibly expensive, costing a huge portion of the state budget and contributing to the mounting foreign debt that would plague the empire for decades. The palace stands today as a beautiful but complicated legacy, a testament to both the ambition of the Tanzimat and the financial burdens it created. Beyond architecture, Western influence permeated Istanbul's high society. European fashion, art, and social customs became popular among the elite. The first Ottoman paper currency was introduced, a modern postal system was established, and the first telegraph lines were laid, connecting the empire like never before. These innovations were changing the very fabric of daily life, at least in the capital and major cities. However, it's crucial to understand that the Tanzimat was not a smooth, linear process. The reforms faced constant opposition. Conservative groups, including some religious scholars and the old guard of the military, resisted the changes. At the same time, nationalist movements were gaining strength among the empire's Christian populations in the Balkans, who often saw the reforms as too little, too late. They wanted independence, not just equality within the empire. So, Abdulmejid was caught in the middle, trying to hold together a vast and fracturing state while pushing a reform agenda that satisfied almost no one completely. His reign was marked by several uprisings and significant social unrest. Sultan Abdulmejid died in 1861 from tuberculosis at the early age of 38. He left behind a complex and contested legacy. He was a gentle and well-intentioned ruler who presided over a period of immense change. His Tanzimat reforms laid the essential groundwork for the modern Turkish state. They introduced concepts of citizenship, secular law, and centralized administration that would shape the region for the next century. But these reforms also came at a high cost. They deepened the empire's financial dependence on Europe and created internal divisions that were never fully resolved. So was he a visionary modernizer or a ruler who opened the door to foreign domination? The truth, as always, is somewhere in between. Abdulmejid was a man of his time, navigating unprecedented challenges with the tools he had. He didn't save the Ottoman Empire, but his reign fundamentally reshaped it, setting it on a new, uncertain path into the modern world. His story is a fascinating chapter in the long and complex history of this incredible empire. What do you think of Sultan Abdulmejid's reforms? Were they a necessary step or a fatal mistake? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into history. See you next time. See you